Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I'm your host, Ramodise the High King. Brothers and sisters, been a while. There's a video I would like to share with you today, kinfolk. A stark reminder of what we're dealing with as African peoples as we attempt to emancipate ourselves from our former colonizers, current colonizers, neo-colonizer wannabes, and those who are all out proud descendants of their slave mastery. Today's video, though, as like most videos, has to do with Africa's mineral resources. The things that you require to manufacture modern day technology, whether it's cell phones, laptops, rockets, engines, vehicles, you name it. You can't go green without Africa, they say. They love to say that, don't they? But on today's clip, I would like to express my understanding as to part of the reason why we as African peoples have been struggling. These are conversations that we as African peoples must have all day, every day. Royal family is imperative. We owe it to our ancestors who came before us. We owe it to our descendants who will come after us. Because too much has been taken from us. And we continue to tell ourselves these false little stories. I just saw a documentary the other day where peoples are visiting from Wales, I believe, visiting Limpopo? No, Lesotho. And in Lesotho, you have the people there who are just happy to be celebrating these peoples having a cultural exchange, all of that, you name it. And you can tell clearly that these are individuals who are doing all of this and the appropriate historical context have been omitted. Right? It's easy to see black people and white people celebrating cultural exchange, where one party is ignorant and uneducated and unenlightened as to what it is you're celebrating. How can I celebrate in peace, love, and unity with people from Britain when we have such a dark colonial history between us? They have our resources, they have our cultural artifacts they refuse to give up. They continue to play games with our economies. But without further ado, let me share with you this little clip to understand why we as Africans cannot just be running around with Europeans having happy cultural exchanges if the appropriate historical context have been omitted. History matters, information matters. And since it's Black History Month, I think in the West, in the US, check this clip.
Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access granted.
Wild. Damn. Now, royal family, I imagine a good percentage of y'all already knew this. That every time an African head of state has tried to do something right for the people, he gets unalived. Our nations are systematically destabilized. Our heads of states are overthrown, mysteriously, unalived. Economic hitmen, Also, Western corporations can keep an iron grip on Africa's mineral wealth because they have none. How can you flex on the people you rely on with resources and wealth you gained from exploiting them? That is insanity to me. And those are the times that we're living in. Extreme colonial caucasity, royal family where they want to continue to flex. And we, the present-day African, know. And we're holding our receipts as we walk into these rooms where you are waiting to sign deals. Where has there been fair partnership? Let's watch this clip again and analyze it slowly but surely. Me in 2020 Googling why African leaders don't use their resources to benefit their economy, since Africa is the richest land mass on the planet. Right? Every black person, one point or another, has had this question. Every non-melanated person has thrown this argument at a black person trying to sabotage our arguments. When it comes to reparations, when it comes to this, when it comes to that, when it comes to claiming back our cultural heritage, they want to say, oh, look, Africa, y'all are doing enough for each other. A man from my previous video, Eric Prince, said that Africa is full of corrupt leaders who spend their money in Paris and blah, blah, blah. And I said, as if these puppet regimes haven't served him well. He states that as if. And they have, haven't they? They allow US corporations to come here and do as they see fit. And enjoy Western propaganda. Doing my research, I started to notice a pattern.
Access denied.
Every leader who tried to do what's right for the motherland and her people, access denied, beginning with Patrice Lumumba. Patrice Lumumba.
Access denied.
Always ended the same way. Deletions.
Access denied.
For some reason.
Access
They
denied.
all, without fail,
Access denied.
die. Belgium. Sorry for killing Lumumba. Like, what is a sorry gonna do? 400 years of destabilization, extreme deprivation, horrors. The Belgian Congo was wild. The crimes of King Leopold. 20 million plus Africans. One colonizer deleted 20 million plus Africans. Keep that in mind. That was just Belgium. Sylvanus Olympio was a Togolese politician who served as prime minister and then president of Togo from 1958 until he was deleted in 1963. He came from the important Olympio family, which include his uncle Octaviano Olympio. So there must have been a Spanish colony or a Portuguese. I noticed that every single leader who has tried ended up either being assassinated, conveniently overthrown in a coup, or die mysteriously. Apart from one.
Access
John the Bulldozer Magufuli, Tanzania's president at the time.
granted.
Started by banning gold exports in Tanzania, not letting European, American, or Chinese mining companies touch his nation's resources without paying heavy tax. Tanzania's squeeze on mining firms seems to be working as it gets 300 million in back taxes. What? You mean to tell me all these corporations are operating on this continent owing heavy back taxes? Why a London-based mining company was hit with $190 billion tax bill from Tanzania. That was just one company, all of them, owing billions. Oh no, please don't let this man fall out a window. Keep him safe, dear Lord. People made jokes saying that he will end up dead with us. Hopefully he doesn't go missing. Months went by, and doing more research, I found more statistics that are so unbelievable they sound fake. They collectively control. What did you Google? Is Britain still exploiting Africa? They collectively control over $1 trillion worth of Africa's most valuable resources. The UK government has used its power and influence to ensure that British mining companies have access to Africa's raw materials. This was the case during the colonial period and is still the case today. It was in 2016, July 1st. The new colonialism, Britain scramble for Africa's energy and minerals. France still exploiting Africa. In conclusion, France has been addicted to looting and exploiting Africa since the times of slavery. There are still French military bases and soldiers in Africa under the pretense of protection, but in fact they are there to control and oppress the local citizens. This was released by Oxfam. In France, 1 out of every 3 light bulbs is lit thanks to Nigerian uranium. In Niger, nearly 90% of the population has no access to electricity. Just made no sense. Why would a free sovereign nation put France before his own country, especially since France was the one that colonized them? Surely that is the last country they would want to help. You would think so. Then I saw a report that Magufuli has been missing for 2 weeks. Whoa. Tanzania's Magufuli laid to rest after mysterious death. Tanzania's president dies after mysterious illness. Magufuli had been out of public view for 2 weeks while his ministers insisted he was healthy. France acting surprised that he's missing. The mystery of Tanzania's missing president. After his death, Tanzania to resume export of mineral concentrates. Do you not find that suspicious? The new prime minister reverted everything Magufuli did. Tanzania resumes export of mineral concentrates. This was the same thing that happened in every other country every time we try. I realized 2 things. 1, no one is coming to save us. If we want economic freedom in Africa, we have to fight for it like we fought for everything else. 400 years deep, we've done nothing but fight outsiders. Why are we allowing ourselves to believe it would be any different? Cultural exchange with Wales? So to get your priorities straight, family, we have issues over here. Colonial powers are surrounding us. This can't be led by one leader or person. It has to be the people, otherwise they'll just get killed and replaced. That's right. We can't put our eggs in one basket, people. We can't be waiting for Messiah-like figures. Okay, there are no Jesuses who are going to come from nowhere. We have to save ourselves. We have the power. of our own salvation as African peoples. Crazy stuff, but that's the world we live in, family. And that's why we confront these topics. We challenge these things so that we know. Because in Africa, the fundamental rule remains. Anybody who has mineral resources to build civilization will build civilization. If you don't have resources, odds are you may have to exploit someone. And that's what the West has done, is it not? They have gunned for our resources. They have devastated African people's lives, also to stay afloat, because they're afraid of a dark age. They've been running from it since they had it in the Victoria era. Nevertheless, that's it for today's video, Royal Family. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you appreciate the vibe, smash the subscribe, the thumbs up, let the algorithm know it's good. Let other like-minded souls know that we're out here. Share the story, share the knowledge. We as Africans are not where we are because it's fun. It's because the world won't let up. They won't let up. It's like being in a relationship with evil cartel members or something. There's only one way out. You have to fight. Colonial powers are too addicted. Outsiders are too addicted to what Africa has to offer. And they're not going to let us go without a fight. It's going to be a struggle, Royal Family. I'm your host, Ramodisa, the High King, and I will see you in the next one. Stay dangerous. Peace.